Hey guys, we are live this morning for day 10 of the Food Styling Challenge, and I'm so excited this morning. We are getting ready for our first workshop here at the studio, and we're having some amazing ladies come in this weekend to come train with us. So if there's a little construction noise behind me, bear with me. We do have some people in here trying to help us finish getting ready for the workshop. So this morning we're talking all about lime garnishes. So let's go ahead and jump in. If you are here, give me a shout out and let me know that you are live with me here. I am going to get right into the meat of what it is that we're talking about. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing to know about lime garnishes is that you really want to think about what it is that you're garnishing and how it is that you want that presentation to come through. For some things like a cocktail, you have a couple different options. You could do a slice, you could do a half slice, you could do a twist, twirl. So we're going to kind of walk you through a little bit of both of those options here so that you really can see a variety of different ways to work with them. So the easiest one to start with is just going to be our slices, and you can see here this is a pretty thick slice, and what I would say here is this is good for something where you're going to be cooking it and maybe it's going to break down a little bit more. So if you're putting this on top of chicken or things like that, this is much closer to the 1/4 inch on the mandolin versus these ones, which are almost 1/8 of an inch. So in terms of what my preference is, this is 1/8 right here, and we're just 1 notch over on our mandolin to get that really perfect, beautiful slice right in there. Now, I do highly recommend getting a mandolin if you are doing a lot of food styling. It's just so critical to being able to create really accurate, smooth cuts on things. Now, the other thing you're going to want to have if you do this is you're going to want to have a hand protection glove to keep your fingers safe. These are not very expensive and they're very much worthwhile in getting. So let me go ahead and walk you through how this works here. So the first thing that you want to do is obviously cut your lime in half so that we can start slicing. So I'm just going to pull this forward a little bit. And again, making sure that you stay super safe with this, making sure that if you have little kids that this is not setting out. This is extremely sharp right here. So you want to be doing this with full attention, and you definitely don't want to leave this out if you have anybody small or who needs a little bit of extra help getting around the kitchen working with this tool. It's very, it can be very dangerous. You can lose fingers very easily. So that is basically how you're going to work through that. And again, you just get that beautiful, consistent slice. I used to try to do these by hand, and I'm very good at it, but it just is no comparison to using the mandolin. And again, just a little back and forth rocking motion, making sure that you stay very consistent with your pressure is going to give that perfect slice every time. This is my favorite mandolin. This is an OXO mandolin, and it is worth every penny that we paid for it. So that's the basics there. And then if you want to do a half lime garnish, it's just a very simple slice through there and slicing down if you're putting it on a drink, just like that, to give it just a little bit of playroom there. I don't know if you can see that, but that way you can just put it right on the glass there. Now the next thing to talk about are twirls. So you can see here, this is one that I did before we got started here, just so you can see how to hold them. Now you can do a couple different things. If you don't have any straws or any push pins, you can use just a skewer. I've done that in a pinch, to where you just wrap it around, and you can stand there and hold it for a little bit if you don't have anything to kind of keep it there, or you can use a clothespin or things like this to just kind of pinch it and hold it on to that skewer while it sits for a while. While it sits, it's just gonna create that shape and let it dry out a little bit, so it gives you a little bit more playroom there to get the spring. So when you're doing these, the important thing to know is that you really want to get all the guts of your lime, out of the way, out of there. So you're just going to kind of start with slicing through there and just kind of laying this open. Now you want to be sure you don't kink these, so keep that in mind as you're working here. And then what you're going to do is you're not going to cut here where the fruit is. You're going to actually get right in here into the white. And you're going to cut kind of above that fruit. And that's going to keep you from getting a lot of just like junky tendrils of the lime. They're just kind of hanging on to that. So you can see as you cut through that right there, just gives you a really nice cohesive look through there to where you're really going to get a nice twirl and you're not going to have a lot of excess fruit just hanging off. Now, if you don't do this and you just peel this off, since we got it started, looks like it's going to work, of course. But a lot of times if you do this and you don't have this white already started here, it's going to start pulling. Let's see if I can do it here. It's going to pull like that where you're getting just leftovers all the way across there to where you really have to pick those off. And you end up, I don't know if you can really see that, but you end up with a lot of extra ragged edges there. So again, once you get the cut started into the white, a lot of times you can kind of pull through here and not have to cut the whole thing by hand. But be careful, this can rip into the green. So just use a light hand and pull it off like that. So that's beautiful. And again, we cut that with our mandolin, so we got a really nice, accurate loop there. And then we can just wrap this just right along there, just like that. And again, I like to kind of start wide as this is getting going, and then start kind of twisting and scrunching down. And you can get them pretty tight, depending on the look that you're looking for. You can push them all the way down like that, or you can leave them more open like this if you want a little bit of a softer curl there. And then, this is going to be kind of interesting to see if I can do it with these. These are bigger than what we would normally use, but you can just kind of pinch it like that to keep that on there. Okay, so those are your twirls, those are your lime cuts. Hey guys, not sure if that resumed properly for us or if we're in a new live stream, but I'm going to go ahead and keep going here and hopefully we can mush the video footage together. The last thing that I want to show you here is how to get perfect lime slices. Now, for a lot of years I did this and I was very frustrated with this because what I wanted was those beautiful lime slices, and what I ended up getting was this where you have lots of texture through here. There's lots of extra white, and so when you come in and you cut like this, you're not really achieving exactly the look that you're going for. You end up with a lot of this excess pith throughout there. So I learned this from another great stylist, and this is basically how you get those perfect looking lime wedges. You're going to take your lime and you're going to angle your knife, keep it sitting on your board like that, and you're going to come in on the side. Now, when you do this, you're going to get a beautiful lime wedge. The problem with this is that you can only get 2 of these out of 1 lime. So it's good to know that you're going to need more limes to do this. So again, we're coming really like a 45-degree angle right on the top of the lime. And ta-da! There it is. It's a little hard to see there, but it is beautiful. It's got really beautiful wedges all the way through here that you can see, and there's none of that extra white pith running through here, so it just gives you a really beautiful slice all the way through that. And again, you can see on your lime here, you only get 2 of these out of here, so you can get a fancy one right there. You can use a little bit of this through the middle if you need to get a twill out of it, but that is the coolest way to get your fancy little wedges there. And we use this trick a lot. It looks really nice on camera. Just one more to kind of show you through there. And again, so beautiful. Really gives it that nice movement. You can make these narrower if you wanted a little bit of a tighter wedge. The biggest thing to remember with these two is like you really need a really sharp knife or a really sharp mandolin to work with your citrus, or you're just gonna bugger it up. Again, it's not a very good one. I kind of thrashed that through there, but if you want it tighter, you can cut them a little bit skinnier through there. So that's the basics, guys. If you have any other questions on lime garnishing or anything else, let me jump back here so you can see my face. There we go. If you have any other questions on this, if you have any questions on other garnishes, definitely drop me a message, leave me a comment here. Come over to our free Facebook group. Always happy to answer questions there, look at your stylings, and give you some really constructive feedback so you can get going. I hope you've been enjoying this challenge. Be sure to subscribe to the Messenger bot so that you can get reminders every morning when we're going live. And we'll see you here tomorrow. Bye!